Hi, I'm Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat who lives in Malaysia, and I like to share my life and my travels with you. Now, I've already taken you on a tour of the houses in my neighborhood, Ampang Hilir, but today I thought I'd mix it up a bit and take you on a tour of abandoned and possibly haunted houses here. Stay tuned. Now, in my first video, I did show you a couple of the abandoned homes, but today I'm going to go in more detail with them. There's a street I know between Ampang Hilir and Uthant that has about 6 or 8 houses, all look to be built by the same builder, same architect, about the same time, if not the same time. They're all on large lots and were probably beautiful homes at one time, but they've sadly fallen into neglect. Some of them are still occupied, but most of them aren't. Why is that? My theory about what's going on here is a spooky one. I think about 30 or 40 years ago, something bad happened in one of these houses. Possibly a murder, possibly just a death. But the spirit was unable to flee the earth and decided to haunt the house. Now, apparently the spirit was so unhappy that it haunted the house so badly that the people finally had to move out. Well, then, the spirit had no one else to haunt and didn't know what to do. So went out and looked around and saw a house just next door down the street and said, I'm gonna move into that one. And so they did. So they moved into that house and scared those people till they moved too. And they did it again and again. Now, no one knows why, but if I lived in one of the remaining houses that's not abandoned, I'd probably want to move anyway, because I wouldn't want to wait until the ghost came to haunt my house. What do you think? I think it's very mysterious. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after the ghost gets everyone out of all the homes. Maybe he'll turn the corner and move on down Uthant. Who knows? Or perhaps, after the spirit has gotten everyone in the whole street to move out, he'll give up and move on to the afterlife where he belongs. And then people can move back, restore the homes, and live there again. This next house isn't abandoned, but it might as well be because it has such a sad, sad history. Back in 2002, a family on mainland China sent their 2 boys to live in this house with their cousin. He was a wealthy man and was going to educate the kids and give them a better life. As you can see, he had this large bungalow in Ampang Hilir and was a very successful man. After a couple of years, one of the boys returned to China to his parents, but the 14-year-old remained in the house. On September 26, 2004, they found the poor boy dead in the pool at the house, bound and bruised. Shortly thereafter, they arrested this relative, his bodyguard, and his driver, and charged them with murder. The parents were beside themselves and cried for justice. It was speculated at the trial that the young boy had stolen 30,000 ringgit from his relative. I find that hard to believe. In the end, the 3 men were acquitted because the court felt they couldn't resolve many mysteries involved in this case. The murdered boy's relative became a recluse after this, disappeared, and no one's heard from him since. Although I heard from one of the neighbors that he moved to New Zealand to start a new life. Who knows? All I know is that the house is for rent or for sale now, but who would buy it with the possibility of that tortured young boy haunting you for the rest of your life? It's certainly a sad and spooky place. This creepy abandoned house is just a stone's throw from KLCC, as you can see in the video here. It's in a wonderful location, and it's an enormous piece of property, so I can't think of any reason why this house would be abandoned unless something truly bad happened there one time. Perhaps a spurned lover, or a grieving wife or mother. I know that I wouldn't want to live there until the spirits had moved on. What about you? Now, this circular house will be familiar to many, many of you, as it's at a very prominent corner in Ampang Hilir. It looks like it's been abandoned for a very long time. Long enough for vandals to get in there and put this eerie, eerie portrait on the side of the house. I know I wouldn't want to take a tour of this creepy place, especially after dark. I've seen another house like this in Ampang Hilir, probably by the same architect, currently occupied by an embassy. It's in beautiful condition, and it just looks lovely. So you know something really bad must have happened at the other one. I don't know what. If anybody knows, please let me know. You can see from these pictures from Google Earth that I took that they are very similar. You can see the roundness in both of them. One looks wonderful and one looks completely destroyed. If anything looks haunted, this house certainly does. You can see this unbelievably creepy house as I approach it on my scooter. I was really shocked to see it one day when I was out riding around. You can barely tell that this was once a beautiful and majestic home, virtually a modern masterpiece, I'd say. Here's my theory about what happened here. I think it's a story of a wronged gardener. That's right. I think a gardener was so badly treated by the owners of this house that when he passed, he decided to haunt the house until the owners moved, until he could get them to move out of the house. Then, using his horticulture skills, he got this enormous tree to grow right up through the center of the house and take it over so that no one could ever live there again. I can't imagine anyone trying, that's for sure. It would be a huge undertaking just to get rid of the tree. And I think the tree has pretty much ruined the house. But I think that was probably the gardener's intention all along, don't you? This final house isn't haunted to my knowledge, but it certainly looks like it could be, and it looks like a favorite place for a ghost to live, don't you think? One of my viewers told me about this house, the Guang mansion, and I quickly went out to check it out, and I was just so impressed by it. It's an incredible house, but it just has sort of a weird vibe to it, if you ask me. I think the reason it's probably not haunted is because the owners have installed those fierce lions by the front gate to protect them from any evil spirits. I have to say, though, that the house is so fantastic that I would live there even if it was haunted. What about you? If any of my viewers have any information about this incredible mansion, I would love to hear about it, because I tried to find something online about it and just couldn't find anything. It's got to be a major piece of history in KL. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this scary home tour this week. I know it's a little silly, but I just thought I would do something fun for Halloween. I can only say that some of it is true and some of it is completely made up. It's up to you to decide. But anyway, who doesn't like a good ghost story, especially around this time of year? If you enjoyed the video and it scared you to death, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I promise I won't scare you anymore. If any of you out there know of any other... Whoa! If any of my viewers know of any other abandoned or mysterious or just beautiful properties that you'd think I should look at, please let me know in the comments. One of the most wonderful things I've enjoyed since I started my channel is how wonderful you guys are in suggesting things to me, things to look at, things to make videos about. It's so helpful you can't imagine. So keep the comments coming. I really appreciate it. Now I hope none of this was too sensitive or too upsetting to anyone. That wasn't my intent. I really just wanted everybody to have a good time, a little scary fun, as it were, for Halloween. I guess Earl Grey's too tired today to come and visit or make his appearance on screen. Or maybe he's really getting ready for Halloween himself. You know, cats love Halloween. Did you see Earl Grey anywhere in any of the haunted houses? I'll be back with more normal topics soon. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Happy Halloween, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.